Hello, this is Nathan Felsberg, and I wanted to take a second of your time to talk to you about shapes. I even have a little example here to kind of help you go along with it. What I was basically feeling and wanted to talk about is that a lot of times I feel like I'm not cut out for this. And I thought about it, and I was like, where does that saying come from? And it actually probably comes from something like this puzzle or, simple little toy where you're saying, I'm not the right shape. I'm not cut out to be the right thing to go in that hole where I'm at. And sometimes this will happen in a job. Sometimes this will happen in a relationship. Or maybe even just could be anything. Financially, you're saying, I'm not cut out to pay all of these bills, or I'm not cut out to be working here, there, and here just to do this. And this is a huge struggle with me because this is one of my hardest insecurities to work through, is not being good enough, not being cut out, so to say, for whatever it is I was at the time. And I wanted to take some time and just talk with you about how you can think of ways that you're cut out for things. And sometimes it's true, you're not cut out for it. Like, sometimes people are like, oh, I'm really supposed to be in this job, or I need this job, but I'm unhappy. It's not worth the time. I don't get enough. I'm not making enough. I'm not going anywhere. And then you get stuck in a rut and you're like, I just shouldn't be here. So, instances where you think, you know what, I'm really not cut out for this, it's okay to not be cut out for it. But that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to talk to you about something harder. Something like, you are cut out for it, or are you? And you don't know. And a lot of times, young adults, people in college, people who have to maintain 3 jobs and somehow physically do 5 classes and do this, it's hard to say, am I cut out for this? And you get all these insecurities worked up around, am I good enough? Am I really worth the time, worth the money, worth the effort of doing any of this? And the one part in the Bible that actually speaks to this is found in Ephesians. Ephesians is a letter written by Paul to the people at Ephesus. And he wanted to let them know and encourage them. And so, in taking it out of context, of course, just to give you some idea, he was telling them to fulfill themselves, fulfill their purpose, follow God, follow Christ, do the right thing. And he says a simple passage that a lot of Christians really remember, and they think, oh, well, God has a plan. And they go with this as, oh, well, it's God's plan. Not always, and not exactly what you wanted to say. Passages in Ephesians, it's Ephesians 2:10, it says, for we are Christ's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which he has prepared in advance for us to do. And so whenever people say, oh, well, I'm doing this, it must be God's plan. Is it really? Is it really God's plan that you're going to be in a job that you're unhappy at, that you can't afford to stay at? Is that what you think God's plan is? There are good works that God has for you, but are they good works that would literally destroy your life? I don't know. All I'm saying is to question it yourself, and then whenever you're sitting there saying, I'm not good enough, I'm not cut out for this, maybe you think that you might be some kind of square trying to fit into the triangle slot. But think about it this way. You have so many opportunities, and it doesn't matter how many opportunities someone else has or how many opportunities your parents had. It matters what you have and what you do with it. So, just wanted to tell you that even though you may feel like a square, I think you're a triangle. I don't know. But I wanted to get the point across that you have purpose and you can go find it. But if you're in a place where you're saying, I'm not cut out for it, maybe you're not. Question that. Question everything. Question all things. And when you think you found the answer, question that answer. Because you can never get hurt for seeking knowledge. It's not going to be like, oh, I found out more. Horror. Look for things. Look for answers. And if you think that you're genuinely cut out for something, then go for it. You got this. You can do all the shapes that you think you are. But remember to question yourself. And also, just be the best darn square you can be.